Hi everybody, my name's Jason.
No kidding.
I'm Jaden.
I'm Eli.
And we are the Yahuwah and the Torah channel, and we thank you guys very, very much for joining our little itty bitty tiny table out in the middle of these crazy jungles, and we hope that you guys are having a wonderful week. It is a Wednesday on the Gregorian calendar. For those who are keeping the Zadok calendar, today is a what, gentlemen?
This is a Feast of Unleavened Bread.
Feast of Unleavened Bread. And what does that mean, anyone?
It means that is this the time that Israel had gone out of Mitzrayim when they didn't have any of their bread leavened, so they were running out, and this is a remembrance of that time.
Remembrance of that time. And so we have actually, this is after nearly a decade, we have swapped calendars after we sat and researched this and researched this and researched this. We are actually on this calendar. Now, I know a lot of people are using the new moon and using crescents and using all these other things to establish new months and various things like nature. We do not believe that is what fits scriptures, and so we are on a different path. And so if you guys have already celebrated this, well, if you do celebrate it, I would like to tip my hat to you, because anybody who is attempting to keep Yah's appointed times is a hero in my book. And if you have a different time than we do, I hope that Messiah will come one day and sort all of this out for us so that we are able to figure all of this out and all of us get on the same calendar. But if you are one of those people that see other people on other calendars and it makes your head red and makes you so angry and makes you want to attack your brothers and sisters in Yah, just remember that's not biblical, and what you're doing is very, very unbiblical. So we need to have understanding for others. We need to be patient with others. We need to research these topics extremely well and understand them because we are living in them. Okay, gentlemen, how are you guys doing?
Good. Good.
How's everything?
Good.
What do you guys think of the scriptures that came in yesterday? What do you guys think of it? Your first view of Yah's scriptures, and we don't have this picture updated, but we will pretty soon. And this is Yah's scriptures, guys.
It's huge.
It is huge. It is really big. You could use this as a weapon, definitely. If in case you couldn't see the book.
Wrong sword.
Yeah, wrong sword. Eli, please pet Jerry Bear. So what did you guys think?
I think it's cool. It's big. It's nice to see.
Yeah, it's just really nice to see. And so what are we doing today? What's today's thing on our Feast of Unleavened Bread?
We're going to be proofreading it.
We're going to be reading scriptures. And we're going to take the hard copy that we got, because we actually got a hard copy as well in paper form. And we're just going to make sure the tops are good, everything is good. And so we're still rocking and rolling on this, guys. This book will be delivered to us at the beginning of June. We are going to be distributing this out in the middle of June this year. It is available right now. What I've talked to with everybody, this book is how we are creating a prison ministry. This book single-handedly is how we are going to help our brothers and sisters in chains get these books for free. And so what we have devised is a free printing press for prisoners that has a tremendous amount of value, because as you guys are able to see, this is 103 books. All of this has been the restored name of our Creator, His Son, all the forefathers, and this puts all of these books that have been hidden from us, the Apocrypha, which means hidden, it's back into our scriptures. So now we have everything available, and here it is. And so you guys can grab this right now. There's 2,000 scriptures that we have. For every one that is purchased, one is going to go back into our brothers and sisters in chains. Now, everything we have is completely free. So you guys don't need to purchase this unless you want a hard copy. If you don't want a hard copy, that's totally fine. But we would ask that you guys at least read the PDF. There's the PDF right here. This is revision 5 of our PDF, and also the Apocrypha, the first 2 links right there. And then you have all of these others. You have eSword app. You have just basically everything for Android, for iOS. And one other download here that we're asking folks to do a proof for us is called Traditions of Men. And Traditions of Men is a rewrite of a corrupted book called Vain Traditions. We have put this book out, and so the PDF is available for free. The hard copy will be going to Amazon, and the soft copy will be going to Amazon pretty soon. Now, these are Amazon books. These are 100% ready right now if you guys want the short stories or get these onto your shelf. This is the same stories that are in the Apocrypha, but these are just broken down. So if you guys want to send these away to people, send somebody the book of Adam and Eve, or send somebody the book of the writings of Abraham, these are all available. So Gentlemen, let's discuss scriptures. What's happening here? We're in chapter 18. What has happened prior to this? Anyone?
David did evil deed. He committed adultery, took another man's wife. He killed that man. So now he is on the run from Absalom. Absalom, his son, took over the kingdom. So he has been running from him. Absalom is trying to take out David. And now David is going to do stuff here. But he is running from his own son. And his son had did an evil deed and took his concubines and defiled them in front of all the people on top of the rooftops. That was Yahweh's prophecy to him that he would watch, Yeshua would watch David's wives get defiled.
Right. And so here we are in a very strange time in Israel. Now, I haven't read this today. I usually read these before, so hopefully I will be able to nail this. Anyone else have anything else out here?
No.
Okay, here we go. 18:1. And David mustered the people who were with him, and put commanders of thousands and commanders of hundreds over them. And David sent out 1/3 of the people under the hand of Joab, and 1/3 under the hand of Abishai, son of Zerah, Joab's brother, and 1/3 under the hand of Ittai, the Gittite. And the sovereign said to the people, I shall certainly go out with you. But the people answered, do not go out. For if we flee away, they would not lay heart upon us. Even if half of us died, they would not lay heart upon us. For now 10,000 are like us. Therefore, it is better for you to support us from the city.
So there are 10,000 men with him?
Let's talk about what exactly this said. Anyone? What did it say?
So basically, David said he wanted to go. He's like, don't go out because if we go to battle, half of us die. They won't keep pursuing us. They won't go after us because you're not with us. So
yeah.
they won't like kill everyone.
Yeah, and so I don't know how many commanders over thousands and commanders over hundreds. So yeah, he had a lot of guys here. I don't know where.
Crazy amount. How are they able to hide with this many?
Where'd you get 10,000 at?
Because he said, hold on. Where was it? Even if half of us die, they would not lay a heart upon us. For now, 10,000 are like us.
Okay, yeah, 10. Yeah,
I think that means like when they were like 1,000, we say out 10,000 or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know if there's 10,000 or not, but there are a lot of people.
There's enough where they could take 3 commanders and split up armies.
Yeah, and put commanders of thousands and commanders of hundreds over them. So there's a lot of guys with sovereign David. Okay, where are we at? 4?
Yep.
Okay, and the sovereign said to them, that which is good in your eyes I do. And the sovereign stood beside the gate, and all the people went out by hundreds and by thousands. And that's the thing about David is he's a warrior, right? He's a warrior. Like this guy's like, here, we're gonna get on this thing. I'm gonna get on my whatever donkey or horse. I'm gonna go out with my sword. Let's go fight. And all the people are like, no, don't do this. Let's not. So that's the thing about David. He's a savage. Okay, 5. And the sovereign ordered Joab and Abishai and Ittai, saying, be gentle with the young man Absalom for my sake. And all the people heard when the sovereign gave all the commanders orders concerning Absalom. So the people went out into the field to meet Yisrael, and the battle was in the forest of Ephraim. And the people of Yisrael were smitten there before the servants of David. And the smiting there that day was great, 20,000. So this basically split all of Yisrael, right? All of a sudden you have the son of David who has decided he's going to reign. You have all these people. Yisrael is now in what you would call a civil war. This is a internal war that is not orchestrated from the outside, but it's definitely from their own people.
Imagine the Pelishites and like all the people trying to raid Israel, and they're looking like, oh, I guess they're already fighting for us.
Yeah, just set down, boys. Let's let them do what they're going to do.
We'll deal with what's left.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure all the enemies were really, really happy about this. 8. And the battle there was scattered over the face of all the land, and the forest devoured more people that day than the sword devoured. All right, what do you guys make of that exactly?
They were not ready for the forest. I don't know. They must have fell down or something.
Like the jungle? You come to the jungles, you're not ready?
Yeah.
And the killer caterpillars take you?
I don't know what took them. I don't know. Wild animals took them. If they like fell in holes and couldn't get out. Maybe like tree fell in them.
What kind of forest was it? I mean, it had to be like a heavy forest.
Yeah, thick forest.
Like, you think it's jungle?
Maybe something like that.
Because I mean, if you're just walking through trees, how are the trees gonna consume you?
In Israel, I don't know if there's like a forest like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's jungles like that. We only know of things like jungles, and I know a forest is just a ton of trees and things like that. But you can definitely get lost. But I don't know what happened to these guys.
I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, something happened in the forest. 9. And when Absalom met the servants of David, Absalom was riding on a mule, and the mule went under the thick branches of a great terebinth tree. And his head caught in the terebinth, and he was suspended between the Shemaim and earth, while the mule, which was under him, passed on. Now, do you think this would happen with people with normal hair? Because we know this dude had like
Probably not.
massive set hair.
Think so. You're telling me this dude didn't have a sword or a knife to cut his hair, like draw himself out from the tree, like reach up and cut his hair off?
Does he not have enough upper body strength to reach up and try to pull himself up and stop this? Can he climb up his hair?
I don't know.
If you're hanging from the top, it's not going to be too far off the ground, right? He's riding on a donkey.
Yeah, he could use some sticks, right? Just like rip up and start ripping it up. Like,
Yeah.
Or surely he has a sword or a knife or something and just cut the hairs.
Cut the top of his hair. Maybe this is definitely the hand of Yah, right? Maybe he was he didn't have any of that with him. And even if he, I don't know. I guess it would be hard to figure this out. I guess if your hair was that like huge, then I guess there would be an issue going under thickets and things like this. But and do you guys remember from scriptures how much hair this guy had?
Like 5 pounds, wasn't it?
It's like, I thought it was 20 pounds.
No, it was 5 pounds.
Yeah, it's 5. I think it was 5 pounds of hair, wasn't it?
20 pounds would be a while.
It was.
5 pounds.
All right, let's continue on.
Maybe it was 10 pounds.
No, it's 5, I think.
Yeah, I think it's 5. And a certain man saw it and informed Joab and said, "Look, I saw Absalom hanging in a terebinth tree." And Joab said to the man who informed him, "Now, look, you saw, and why did you not smite him to the earth there? Then I would have given you 10 pieces of silver and a belt." But the man answered Joab, "Though I were to receive 1,000 pieces of silver in my hand, I would not raise my hand against the son of the sovereign. Because in our hearing, the sovereign ordered you and Abishai and Ittai, saying, 'Take heed, you who go out against the youth, against Absalom.'" Now, how is Joab in this? Because Joab was on Absalom's side. Joab must have, like, when he was dismissed, he must have gone to the parts of David, right?
Yeah.
Because previous to this, Absalom put his own dude in the place of Joab.
Right.
You guys remember that?
Yep.
So how did Joab, there's so many stories, there's so much understanding here that we don't know, right?
I think Joab was like an inside guy because he's always been very loyal to David.
Yeah, well, prior to the Joab being that, he was with the dude before him, wasn't he?
Yeah. No.
He wasn't with Saul?
No, that was Abner.
Abner? Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he ended up killing Abner.
Okay. All right, well, let's continue on. 13, right?
Yep.
"Otherwise, I would have been untrue to my own life, for no matter is hidden from the sovereign, and you yourself would have put yourself against me." And Joab said, "Let me not waste time here with you." And he took 3 spears in his hand and thrust them through Absalom's heart while he was still alive in the midst of the terebinth tree.
And one wasn't enough. So
Okay, yeah, let's talk about that. Why do you think he took 3 spears? And do you think you're going to be able to nail a heart with 3 spears?
I mean, hopefully.
I mean, you got to go through the chest cavity, right?
Few times.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be able to blow through your chest cavity to get that. And do you think he hit 3 times in the heart?
Maybe just so he didn't miss, just in case he missed one or something.
That's quite the statement.
Made sure he
though.
got this dude.
That's quite the thing. 3 spears in your chest. Definitely going to make it out of that. Okay, 15. "And 10 young men who bore Joab's armor went around and smote Absalom and put him to death." Okay, hold on. So the verse before this, okay, I guess he was still alive, right? So I thought they killed him with these spears in the heart. But it looks to be that the dude was sitting there dangling in a tree with spears in his chest. And then it says 10 young men who bore Joab's armor went around and smote Absalom and put him to death. That's very interesting. I don't know how you can survive 3 spears to the chest and still be alive.
Joab, you can't get at the target. He's not very good at hitting his mark.
It's a strange thing, right?
When it comes to spear chucking, they all seem to have like Saul's genetics.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I mean, he says he puts 3 spears into his chest. Right, didn't he?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Where are we at? 15?
16.
"And Joab blew the ram's horn, and the people returned from pursuing Yisrael, for Joab had held the people back. And they took Absalom and threw him into a large pit in the forest, and heaped a very large pile of stones over him. And all Yisrael fled, each one to his tent. And Absalom, in his lifetime, had taken and put up a monument for himself, which is in the sovereign's valley. For he said, 'I have no son to keep my name in remembrance.' And he called the monument after his own name. And to this day, it is called Absalom's monument."
Well, he did have a son. I talked about it in one of the other chapters. Yeah, he did have a son.
Absalom?
Yeah.
When? Where?
In one of the chapters, a few of them back. Talking about him having a son, because I thought this was weird, because I remember this, but he does have a son. Maybe it's because he's not going to be king or something.
I don't know. Maybe. Do we remember about Absalom's son, or where that's at?
I don't.
I'll look it up real quick.
Here, look it up as we're going on to this. Let's see about Absalom's son. Yeah, that is weird. "I have no son to keep my name in remembrance." That's a pretty blanket statement with this. Let's see. Jade, do you want to see if we can find that real quick? Let's pause this and find this. All right, we're back on. All right, so Jade, where is it at?
2 Samuel 14:27.
2 Samuel 14:27. And let's see.
It says, and Absalom were born these.
Spit it out. You're like enunciating.
And to Absalom were born 3 sons and one daughter whose name was Tamar. She was a woman of lowly appearance.
Okay,
yeah, so he had 4 kids. He had 3 sons, so it's like.
Yeah, that's weird. That is a that actually like goes against itself when it's talking about this. This is very weird.
Maybe it was before he had the sons.
Before he had the sons, he put the monument up.
Maybe, or maybe he's like because they're not gonna become king, so it's like no one will remember Absalom and his people.
He said clearly, "I have no son to keep my name in remembrance." That is a Torah thing, right? Where your kid is he takes on the inheritance, and it goes on the line, that kind of thing. So that is weird. This is definitely a strange thing because where was that? 2 Samuel
14:27.
14:27 clearly says Absalom has kids. Okay, 19. And Achimath, son of Zadok, said, "Please let me run and take the news to the sovereign, for Yahuwah has judged his enemies." But Joab said to him, "You are not the man to take the news today, but you shall take the news another day. But today you do not take the news, because the sovereign's son is dead." And Joab said to the Cushite, "Go, inform the sovereign what you have seen." And the Cushite bowed himself to Joab and ran. And Achimath, son of Zadok, said again to Joab, "And whatever might be, please let me also run after the Cushite." And Joab said, "Why would you run, my son? There is no news to bring you reward. But whatever might be, let me run." So he said to him, "Run." And Achimath ran by the way of the plain and passed the Cushite.
That's a strange thing.
It is a strange thing. Why? What's this dude doing?
So I think Joab doesn't want to send this guy because I think he's a younger guy, and so he's like, he doesn't want to send him because because the other guy he's supposed to know like don't like keep certain parts of the story out from David. Don't let him know like we murdered him, and so he's like, don't send this guy because the younger guy isn't all part of the plan here.
Yeah. So anyway, he's faster. This guy Achimath ran by. Achimath is faster than the Cushite, past the Cushite. Okay, 24. Now David was sitting between the 2 gates, and the watchman went up to the roof over the gate, to the wall, and lifted his eyes and looked and saw a man running alone. So the watchman called out and told the sovereign, and the sovereign said, "If he's alone, there's news in his mouth." And he came nearer and nearer, and the watchman saw another man running, and the watchman called out to the gatekeeper and said, "See, a man running by himself." And the sovereign said, "This one is also bringing news." And the watchman said, "I see the running of the first is like the running of Achimath, son of Zadok." And the sovereign said, "This is a good man, and he comes with good news." And Achimath called out and said to the sovereign, "Peace." Then he bowed down with his face to the earth before the sovereign and said, "Baruch be Yahuwah your Elohim, who has surrendered the men who raised their hand against my master the sovereign." And the sovereign said, "Peace to the young man, to Absalom?" And Achimath answered, "When Joab sent the sovereign's servant and me your servant, I saw a great crowd, but I did not know why." And the sovereign said, "Turn aside and stand here." And he turned aside and stood still. And see, the Cushite came, and the Cushite said, "Receive news, my master, the sovereign, for Yahuwah has judged this day all those who rose against you." And the sovereign said to the Cushite, "Peace to the young man, to Absalom?" And the Cushite answers, "Let the enemies of my master, the sovereign, and all who rise against you for evil, be as that young man is." And the sovereign was shaken, and went up to the room over the gate, and wept. And as he went, he said this, "O my son Absalom, my son Absalom, if only I had died instead of you. O Absalom, my son, my son." All right. Well, that's a sad ending for this chapter. David is in dire despair.
Even though he went against David didn't want him dead. He was still his son.
He's still his son. Blood is thicker than the rest of the things out there. There's a thing about family, obviously. It's going to be a broken heart. I mean, his instructions to his people were to take care of his kid, right? Bring the kid back in chains, but don't kill him. And now he's dead.
Joab killed him.
Yeah. So is this for the best, or is this the way it should have ended?
No, Joab should have obeyed his instructions, but he didn't. Joab likes to go off on his own thing and kill people. He does it for David, but in his own way, he is like he can't obey David completely.
Yeah, and a spoiler alert on this whole thing. The people are very angry at David over this last thing, where David is very, very upset about his kid. Yeah, and so this is a drama, a lot of drama here in all of this. All right, everybody. Well, we hope you guys have a wonderful day. We thank you guys for being part of this family. We love you all, and we are out.
All right, shalom.